Kevin Tiller from Phys.Ed.Review, and this will be one of many videos that I post online on YouTube. Just to give you some ideas of some of the things that I do in physical education class. The first thing I'd like to go over is something called a Logitech Bluetooth receiver. And as you can see, it's right here in the center with the green light on. And I'm going to show you how I use it in physical education class. But first, let me tell you that this review is also on Phys.Ed.Review.weebly.com. If you check on PE devices, you will see tech devices. There'll be a bunch of listing of devices, and this is one of the ones that's on there. So let's take a real quick look at this and show you what I do with it in phys ed class. First, you're going to notice that there are a couple of inputs in the back of the device itself. Right here is the power, so that goes into just a regular outlet, and over here is a 1/8" plug that you can plug in and then insert into your back of your receiver, or you have the RCA white and red inputs as well. And what I'll do is I'll show you the back of my receiver and show you where I actually can put it. So here's the back of my receiver, and here's that 1/8" plug that I was talking about that comes out of the back of the Logitech Bluetooth receiver. And then what I end up doing is I end up plugging the other end of this, because the other end of this is actually the white and red of the RCA inputs, and I put it into the CD part of my receiver. And then from there, I'll show you what I do next. Fairly simple. So here I am. I have my receiver on the CD mode, and I have my Logitech Bluetooth receiver connected up to it. Notice that there is a red light. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually go to my device. And my device that I'm using to connect up to this Bluetooth receiver is actually my iPod Touch 5th generation. And as you can see in the settings there's a setting for Bluetooth. And there you'll see it's on, but it's not actually on, because what I have to do is I actually have to press on it, and then you'll see that it'll say Logitech not connected. But when I press on it, it's going to be searching for the device, and that beep means it's now connected. So I can quit out of that, go to my music, and I can play any song that I want directly from this device to the receiver, and it comes through the stereo. And I have to say that the range on this is incredible. I used it in a gym that was probably 3 or 4 basketball court lengths, and it never quit out on me once. The range is for 33 feet, but I believe that's 33 feet inside the walls of some sort of building. But if you're in a gym and you need instant access, and that's what I like, I have all my music in my hand. I don't have to keep going back to a CD player, or even putting a iPod in a dock and then having a remote control to control the music, not knowing what song's coming up next, or I might not be familiar with what the playlist is on my iPod. I like this. All the music is directly in my hand. So other devices that will work, any device that has Bluetooth, so iPhones will work. The new iPod Nano 7th generation, the really tiny one, works as well. I will tell you though that all Bluetooth devices that I have used with this does drain the battery, not significantly, but enough that you're going to need to charge it if you're using it all day, probably every 2.5 to 3 days. Whereas you probably could, if you weren't using a Bluetooth device, it would be, you could use the device for your iPod or iPhone for 5-6 days. So, but I think the trade-off is definitely worth it. So that's it, the Logitech Bluetooth receiver. If you want to read another review, again, go to Phys.Ed.Review.com and click on PE Tech Devices, and there's a review and a picture of it there as well. So thanks a lot for listening. We'll see you later.